Alright, looks like we are live, so let's get the game on. Hum. Oof, man, my headset's a little loud. I almost blew my eardrums out there. Alright, so this is going to be me playing Silent Hill 3 Extreme X for the first time, and then putting the resulting VOD in the playlist as just sort of an unofficial bonus part. If I get anybody to come in and join and chat, I will, that'll be that. If not, oh well. It's an interesting alternative to doing this how I normally would. Gonna be a little less formal than my usual videos, a little less structured, since I'm just kind of going through the game as I view as like the most efficient way possible. Plus, not overly concerning myself with showing off everything. Kind of like, not a speed run, but, a speedy playthrough for someone who doesn't really do any speed running. I've played this game a ton. Hopefully this stream goes reasonably well. I'm a little out of practice. I haven't played much in the previous week. I've been focused on other things, namely Devil Survivor 2. Been getting back into that game, so... And we'll just go with hard riddle mode, just because all the puzzle solutions in hard riddle mode are fixed, except for the clock puzzle in the hospital, but that's an easy puzzle anyway, so this will just allow me to get through things without having to bother with doing any of the legwork to solve the puzzle or figure out what codes might be. Not that it really matters for a lot of them. I think a lot of the normal puzzle solutions are either fixed or just not terribly impacted by the riddle difficulty, so it's not like it matters too much either way. Alright, getting into the game proper. I am going to be collecting all the extra weapons and stuff, though I don't have any plans to use them. Definitely not going to be using the sexy beam, because it is actually really bad on extreme mode. Because it's fueled by your stamina, it just runs out so quickly. We're going to be using bullet adjust this playthrough, turning the light display on. That's the extent of the changes I'm making. I actually do not plan on doing too much combat in this game. I'm not going to be resolving things with fighting all the time, but bullet adjust will just make it simpler to get through certain areas, especially because there's a finite number of supplies. There's our unlimited submachine gun. Very handy weapon in a lot of obvious situations. As a matter of fact, let's get a different shirt on. Let me see here. What's a fun one? We'll go with the Royal Flush one. I did not bother with solving this puzzle legitimately. I just looked up the solution. Like, the actual method for getting the solution is so dumb. It is not an easy puzzle to solve by any means. I don't know how the heck anybody figured it out. Alright, let's get to our handgun and then start getting into the mall proper. Hopefully I can get through this stream without too many deaths. I've got the beginning of the game more or less on lock, so long as I don't get careless. And I'll probably go for safe strats on the bosses and stuff, just so I don't have to worry about redoing anything. So, yeah, not gonna overly concern myself. I will be saving at moments where I view the game as being exceptionally dangerous, not gonna be, doing minimum saves. This is going to be far from a 10-star run. 10 stars is actually doable in this game on Extreme X, although I've only seen it done on the PC version. I don't know if anybody's accomplished it on the PS2 version. PS2 version, fair deal more difficult than the PC version for not, any distinct difficulty increases or anything. The reason the PC version's a lot easier is because there's a few exploits and some otherwise really difficult parts that people are able to easily clear without too much damage to themselves. Most famous one being the final boss, but there is also some exploits, or rather, certain things that are more consistent with other bosses, and a respawn exploit for farming out fighting and shooting kills. Also, Heather's aim really went wild when I was shooting at that numbody. That was way more shots than I needed to fire. Not that it really matters, though. Alright, let's head into the bakery, get our tongs, get our flamethrower that I'm not going to use. Flamethrower is so bad. I don't know why it's so terribly bad in this game, but even now that I've got 10 stars, and allegedly it's stronger, but I've not noticed any, distinct increase in its effectiveness. It's just a really bad weapon. Not going to bother grabbing the beef jerky in the split head room. It's really not necessary. There's more than enough beef jerky at the other places in the game where you can grab it. that I don't really feel like considering myself picking up every pack, especially because I only really use it in 2 areas in the game. I have been bumping walls like crazy. Sorry, Heather. Sorry, Heather. Alright. Let's get our healthy dosing of supplies here, or, well, what supplies are available. Extreme X multiplies the damage that the enemies deal by quite a lot. The figure I've seen given for this is 5 times. I don't know if that's accurate at all. What I can tell you is around Extreme 7 or so, where, like, the difference between the numerical extreme difficulties is that just the damage the enemies deal just slowly crawls upward and upward. And, like, around Extreme 6 or 7, like, the really threatening things are already going to kill you in just 1 hit. Or rather, bring you to near death in 1 hit, so it's kind of irrelevant either way. Okay, come on. And there we go. That's probably the last bit of fighting we're going to be doing for a while. You can get through this hallway just by running past those guys, but it's super inconsistent for someone like me who doesn't practice this stuff heavily, so I'd rather just take the safer route of just shooting them all dead, especially since I'm playing with bullet adjust. There's just going to be so much ammo thrown at us by the game under these circumstances that I don't really have to worry about conserving in these cases. Hopefully I can get in here without the closer wiping me out, and he didn't. Yeah, there's a little bit of delay with actually opening up the door there with the key that the closer still gets to activate. So if you really, really want to be safe, you could just shoot it dead. I don't think that's necessary. Those things, as long as it's going for the punch, you shouldn't have to concern yourself with that too much. We don't need to hear Claudia ramble on. As I said, this is going to be a little less formal, so if you hear, like, the sound of ceramic on wood, that's me taking a sip from my coffee cup. Let's head into the elevator. Speaking of which... just need those quick pick-me-ups every now and again. I do occasionally drink coffee while doing actual recordings, but I usually wait for cutscenes where, you know, I mute my audio coming from my microphone anyway, so I can just take a quick sip while the characters are yammering on and then put that back down. This, of course, is something that we can't skip. We just have to wait for this elevator to reach its destination, and then we get our radio, which I'm going to be turning off immediately as it's actively detrimental to you to have it on. That's one thing that I really, like... This is my favorite game in the series, but that doesn't mean it's immune to having things I dislike about it. I really dislike how pointless and actively unhelpful the radio is, because everything in this game is just so loud. Like, it's honestly kind of redundant to have, and I can see, like, with how things were going with the games, like, why they just removed it entirely from Silent Hill 4. There is no, like, gameplay equivalent of the radio, though it does, return in a fashion once the apartment hauntings start. Looking forward to getting to Silent Hill 4, because I'm actually one of the people in the world who actually enjoys that game quite a lot. I don't feel like there's too many super positive playthroughs out there in the game, as in playthroughs that are, you know, very positive towards the game. There are obviously a couple, like, one of the Let's Players that I discovered while just looking up stuff on this game is this guy called Rumen in Love, and he says that Silent Hill 4 is his favorite Silent Hill game, which I think is kind of overselling it a little bit, even though I am a fan of that game. But I can also see it. I can see it. So yeah, it's not like that game doesn't have playthroughs by people who are positive with the game, but a lot of them are like the one that I haven't watched in the longest time, which I probably should rewatch for the Let's Play, which is the one by Quadraxis, which is pretty sardonic towards the game. And there was also Super Great Friends Let's Play of it, of course, where he is also pretty sarcastic towards a lot of the content in the game. I'm also going to be one of the few Let's Plays of that game that will actually commit to doing it on hard mode for a normal story playthrough. Though Rumen in Love has beaten me to the punch on that. I'm not sure if I'm actually going to use the bulletproof vest at all, but yeah, it only takes like a second to grab it, so I might as well. I am so thankful that the closers are just so easy to avoid. Okay, let's go past this guy. It does get a little scary in these extremely tight hallways where you have a chance that they'll just do their side-to-side swing, which is really, really unfortunate if they do that. But fortunately, we're not having too hard a time getting through here. So yeah, the most obvious thing about extreme mode, and this is what makes it kind of difficult, is that your stamina and HP is halved. Now, the HP does not affect you too much because Silent Hill games have a last chance hit point mechanic, but the stamina, on the other hand, that's actually pretty frustrating in this game because Heather will slow to a crawl at many rather unfortunate moments. Like running out of stamina just like halves your... maybe not half, but like reduces your reaction speed by like to 2/3 of what it is when Heather takes any action, so it's definitely makes things a little tricky. Always remember to grab the cooked key. It's easy to get wrapped up in things and just blow right past it. It's been the longest time since I've gone into that room with the 4 numb bodies and the handgun bullets, because I've just, like, every single time I've gone to that room, I've never been able to get through it without taking some damage, and on Extreme X, of course, that means I'm going to be dropped to death, so it's just not worth going into it, even if you're using special weapons to try and get through it. I never mentioned this in the main Let's Play, but health drinks do have a secondary bonus where they also restore your stamina. So if you have a surplus of them and you don't feel like using ampules, they're also a way to keep your stamina topped off if you just put them on your quick use on R3. It's an original thing. It's present in the mod. The extreme difficulties are unlocked by beating the game. I think you just have to beat it in general to unlock them. And then you start with Extreme 1, and every time you beat the game on an extreme difficulty, you unlock the next level, so Extreme 2, Extreme 3, so on and so forth. And it gets to Extreme X, where... the main differences in the extreme difficulties is that your HP and stamina are reduced to half, and damage gradually climbs upward from the enemies. The figure I've seen thrown out for Extreme X difficulty is that enemies deal 5 times the regular damage, which I'm not sure if that's accurate. What I can tell you is that by difficulty 6 or so, like, all the things that are super threatening will already, like, just put you on death's door whenever they hit you, so it's kind of not that big a deal at this point, but still, the game considers it a milestone because it gives you a costume code when you clear it for the first time, and that's just, I wanted to get a formal recording of me doing it for the first time, and I went the wrong way there. Whoops. Not a big deal since it loops around. Oof. Always scary when those pendulums start closing in on you. Thankfully, their contact damage is relatively low, so it's not like they're a major threat to you if they do run into you, but it is pretty annoying. Alright. Grab the detergent, if I can get it. There we go. The game is very random about what you need the flashlight on to collect and what you don't need it on for. Okay. I'm a little distracted here. No problem, no problem. I appreciate it. I need all the support I can get, because otherwise, like, what reason do I even have to go on with this? Nah, I'm just doing this for fun. It's this is actually something I've been meaning to do for the longest time with Silent Hill 3, is getting a 10-star clear and beating Extreme X. I've never really had the motivation to actually, like, commit to it until I've actually started recording stuff for that game, and that's a lot of the, like, the MO behind a lot of the series that I make for my channel is, like, I have things that I want to do with the game. They're games that mean a lot to me, and I'd like to show them off, and there's, like, things I haven't accomplished, so it's a good way to just, like, do both things in one fell swoop. Especially, like, games I played for the longest time and never just did, like, never breached the hardest content in them. Like, I was so glad I went back to my Disgaea Hour of Darkness videos and cleared the post-game for that. Oh dear. Okay, come on. Oof. I keep forgetting where the door is in there. It blends in with the walls so seamlessly. How many times can I get through this video without making the Silent Hill is not so silent joke? Actually, I don't make that joke all that often. I try not to go for the obvious ones. Okay, let's pop this walnut in the vise. Get our moonstone. And I think I'll just go for the handgun method on split worms, see what I get there. Don't mind me, split head. Oh, it is so scary when they attempt to do the clamp down attack. Ooh. Okay. Should I equip the bulletproof vest for this room? Let's see if I can't get through without getting cornered by the one numb body. Better turn the light on too, so Heather's accuracy actually pulls through. Alright, here comes the first moment where I usually take some damage. Oop. Ah, too late. Okay, this will finish him off though. Well, there's the first hit of the game. Let's see if I can get through the subway without taking any more damage. If this thing could die formally so I can go through it. Come on, there we go. Okay, let's see. Closer is right there. Alright, that's perfect. Let's just get on out of here. Yeah, Silent Hill 3 is my personal favorite of the series. Let's see, I kind of order it differently depending on how I'm approaching the game. If I'm doing multiple playthroughs of the game, you know, just like going for unlockables and stuff for funsies, I'd say like my favorite, like my games in favorite order are probably Silent Hill 3, Silent Hill 1, Silent Hill 2, Silent Hill 4. And then if I'm just doing like a one and done playthrough for like the holiday season or something, you know, just a good Halloween game, I'd say probably the order is like 3, 4, and 2 and 1 are about equal. I'm actually a little critical of Silent Hill 2 in terms of like gameplay, like in terms of atmosphere and like story direction and stuff. Like I think Silent Hill 2 is immaculate, but like it's probably got the worst gameplay mechanics in the series. Like it is just so stiff and hard to actually accomplish anything, especially in terms of combat. Although I will say that the non-combat movement controls definitely are a lot smoother than the movement controls in Silent Hill 1. One nice thing about Silent Hill 1 is that, much like this game, it's just so quick-paced and fairly short in the context of the rest of the series, so it's easy to just play it in a single day, whereas Silent Hill 2 has a lot of... Silent Hill 2 and Silent Hill 4 have a lot of time-burning aspects to them, so it can be a little tricky to commit to beating them within a single day. Unless you're like a speedrunner or something who, you know, abuse quick save, quick load, bypass all those sequence triggers, you're good. Alright, let's go for, where is he coming out? Right there. Come on. Okay, that was weird. Looked like he was doing the ground shake. This is actually going pretty well for a handgun fight, though. Okay, it's coming out there. This is actually going very unusual. I'm not used to him, like, reacting like this. This is definitely not going to be a 2-minute clear, I can already tell, but... Oh, how unusual. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yeah, I was a little late on the shots there, so... Yeah, this is definitely not going to be a 2-minute clear. Yeah, well... Not the worst I've ever had this fight go. Oh dear. Ooh. There we go. Man, I forgot that you can't quick turn while in an aiming stance. Oh well. This is not a 10-star run by any means, so I don't care if this fight goes a little slowly. The main thing is I don't take any damage. That's what's important to me. Another sip of the coffee to energize myself. Grab the Happy Burger items. I definitely want as many healing items as possible. But man, it is absolutely buck wild to have a numb body hit you and just take out half of your health. So much for being the weakest of the weak. I'm actually wondering if I should top myself off with some health drinks just in case, worst case scenario, I get bitten by a split head. I'll have to think about it. Beef jerky. Definitely, if I get hit by a lunge, I'll probably top myself off. Don't want to take any unnecessary risks. Sadly, I did not do the Konami code, so we're not going to see Douglas and his boxers, so we're just going to skip this cutscene. Definitely going to be doing that for the bonus video, though. That's going to be an endeavor to record since I got to get the revenge ending. But it'll also let me show off a lot of the other New Game Plus stuff. I'm sorry, extra New Game. Gotta get that terminology right. Much like how in Parasite Eve, it's not New Game Plus, it's EX Game. EX Gamers. Ah, boy. Alrighty. I'm just gonna go through this nice and quick. I probably will grab the health drink in the split head platform before I get the nutcracker. Again, just need as many healing items as possible. You know what, I'll grab the first aid kit on the ghost platform also. No reason not to, really. And I love this area. Like, the aesthetics are just so great here, and I love the creepy noises in the distance. Definitely, this game has my favorite instance of just, like, mundane areas that just creep you the heck out. I'm not gonna read about ghosts. I did not need to cause a ghost to appear. I'm just here for the items. It's actually, one unfortunate thing about, like, not taking that much damage is that... Oh. Looks like, yeah, okay, the first aid kit ran afoul of the item scaling. Curses. Well, this was a wasted trip. Let's just get on up out of here. Still gonna grab that health drink, though. Need all the protein. When should I make... I'll probably make my first save after I get off the subway. Yeah, no, this one is, like, they did a great job of, like, you know, just nailing a subway. Like, even the signage, like, looks exactly like the New York subway system, so, like, they did really good. You know, you got your, of course, your subway ads here. Good quality, good taste. Not quite as legendary as Minmo, but, you know, it's there, it's there. Yeah. Especially, like, I really love the first game, too. I absolutely love the apartment sections in Silent Hill 4. I think they nailed that. It's just such a... Like, they actually really did a good job just, like, nailing the aesthetics of the area. Like, I can tell they did the research. I can tell they watched the subway section of Jacob's Ladder a lot to get an accurate recreation of how that subway looked. Sadly, we never do make it to Bergen Street. Here's my nutcracker. Gonna crack some nuts. Okay, we're gonna use a chain, but... Alright. Now, as long as I can get through this without bonking into a support beam, I should be fine. Okay, I've gone past the stairwell. This area is one of, like, 3 areas in the game where I've had to massively up the brightness settings on my TV in order to see what the heck I'm doing, because it is so dark there. To the point where even when I had the flashlight on, I just could not see anything. To quite a bit of tweaking, and I'm gonna have to undo a lot of that once I'm done with this game, so that I don't blind myself when I turn my Switch on. Alright, let's get our shotgun and our 60 shells. Yes, I'm playing this on actual PS2 hardware. I did download the PC version of the game, maybe just to check it out at some point, but that version of the game doesn't really have good controller padability. I didn't feel like learning the keyboard controls. Plus, it doesn't actually have any, unlike Silent Hill 2, it doesn't have any additional content over the PS2 version, and it actually removes some content, so I decided to just go with this one since it's what I'm used to. The biggest downside of this one is that the load times are a lot longer. There's a lot of moments in my Let's Play where I'm just kind of like waiting around for the game to load, because there were many moments where there's like 5 to 10 second loading screens, where the PC version doesn't have to deal with that. Yeah, definitely. So it does aid in that degree. One thing that would have been nice about playing on the PC version, I was mentioning this earlier, is that a lot of like there are certain sections of the game and like boss fights and stuff that behave a lot more consistently in the PC version, and also have certain exploits that you can use in the PC version that make them easier. The most notable one is the God, where there's like a safe spot right next to the God's head where you can avoid its melee attack and kill it in like less than a minute and a half, which makes the fight a lot easier. Alright, that guy's toast. Go past this guy. Hopefully get up on the platform. Heather really is inconsistent about climbing up on that platform sometimes. Okay, there we go. No, equip the handgun. Need this for all the numb bodies we're going to be fighting. Alright. Just immediately start blowing through here. I do not want to get grabbed by a split head. Would be no bueno. Uh-oh, oof. Do not like it when they crowd up together and block my running. That's a tough one. I definitely has some really good moments. I think Silent Hill 2 is probably a little bit scarier. But this one also has a lot of great moments. It definitely has a lot more, like, oh crap moments where, like, you're trapped and you feel like you're gonna die no matter what. Silent Hill 2, if you're not playing on hard mode, it's definitely one of the less threatening Silent Hill games in terms of, like, actual difficulty, so it doesn't have, like, any of those high-tension moments, but generally speaking, the atmosphere tends to nail it a lot more. Okay. But this game, like, I will say about this game... Oh. Yeah, this is unfortunate. Oh, no. Oh, heal. Let's see here. Yeah, let's just use up 3 of those. We're going to take out the shotgun here and just try and get these guys out of here. Oh, man. Oh, this is horrible. This is horrible. Oh, dear. First aid kit. Oh, man. Oh, man. I am so hosed. Oh, dear. This is like the worst I've ever had this room go. Oh, come on, Heather. Okay, die. That was an unmitigated disaster, but that's okay. We'll get more healing items to replace all the healing items I used there. Whoops. That was horrible. That's the worst I've ever had that room go. It did not help that Heather was missing all her shots on the numb body when I first entered the train car, so it didn't stun at the right time. Absolute trash. But it's what we gotta deal with sometimes. Fortunately, that'll kick in the item scaling for later and give me some better healing items at a different section of the game. Okay, that's that guy down. Okay. That's the worst of the train car over. Man, though, I can't believe how bad that went. It's kind of impressive, because this isn't a game that rates you on accuracy like Silent Hill 1 did, but I think Heather has, like, the worst aim of any protagonist in the series. Yep, I'm from the United States, from the upstate New York area originally, living in the Midwest now. I've been all over the place. Okay. Alright, definitely, given the horrible way that went, I'm definitely going to be making my first save here. I'm really going to have to, do well on healing items to get through the really tough places like the Nightmare Building and the Nightmare Hospital. Fortunately, this is like the last time for a while that I'm going to be taking a lot of damage, most likely, since the game isn't quite as bad in the upcoming areas. Where do I want to save this? I want to make sure I have some specific save. Oh, you know what? I'll just create it right here. Okay. Now for the hallway of damage annoyance, where it just robs you on some damage ratings. I saw a 10-star speedrun where the guy chose to play on extreme difficulty, extreme 1 specifically. I think it was because of this hallway specifically, because your HP cap is halved, it causes you to take less damage when you're going through this. It is so annoying that this is factored into your damage rating. One of the only times the game is just outright cheap with you. Okay, into here. Alright, I'm in critical, so I gotta use a health drink. Okay. Alright, let's see if I can't get through the rest of the game without any major headaches. I think I want to go through this door. Yes. I always forget which way I want to go in that intersection. Should probably play it safe here and kill these guys instead of just trying to run past them. Alright, those guys are wandering away, so we can just juke right by. Alright, and let's go through the rest of the game without using any more first aid kits. How about that? Alright, big boy, you gotta die. Oh, jeez! Uh-oh. Oh dear. Was not prepared for that. That was one heck of a lunge. Okay. Let's kill all these guys since there's gonna be more that spawn once I get the wine bottle. Alright, let's go grab that shotgun ammo. Not that I really need it since I got bullet adjust on, but it makes me feel good to have it. There we go. Shotgun shells. Beautiful. Ooh, some spooky ambience there. Health drink to replace the one I lost. Always appreciated. And there we go. Alright, now, as soon as you go out this door, you want to hold to the right. Just strafe on by. Do not get cornered by these guys. And we'll just go right past them. That guy did not go through the leap. Let's see. Most difficult parts... I'd say... there's a couple really difficult parts. The nightmare building is not difficult, but really obnoxious. I think the most difficult part all around is probably the Nightmare Hospital. The church is also really difficult. And definitely until you really learn the fight, the final boss is extremely difficult because she just does ridiculous amounts of damage, even outside of extreme mode. Naturally, it was not all that fun when I was doing my 10-star run. I had taken so much damage in the rest of the game that I had to do the final boss perfect, but I did manage it, so I'm proud of myself, and I'm definitely going to be glad once I have that video uploaded. Right. So, yeah, I can just ignore this guy, and he'll disappear once I grab the items in here. Okay, let's get our kerosene. Definitely want to grab those health drinks. I have been burning through way too many healing items. I can't believe how bad that train car section went. Easily the worst I've ever had it go. And that's what happens when you're out of practice and you haven't played for over a week. That guy's just walking on by. Don't mind me, I am just a squire. Surprised, like the unimposing noises that those guys make, and that sounds like just like a factory falling apart when you're near them. Okay, now let's get down here. Going to the nice squelchy floodgate area. So, this playthrough so far, the mall was really good. Subway was going good until I got into the car, and then it was absolute trash, and this has been going so far. Really should not have taken that hit on the large numb body, but unfortunately, I've been having absolute terrible time with Heather's aim, just shooting right past the thing at all the worst moments. Maybe I should have had the shotgun equipped. Oh well. It's not a huge deal either way. I think, though, just to err on the side of caution for these upcoming numb bodies that I gotta fight, I'm gonna use the shotgun. I'm not really a fan of speedrunning because I don't really enjoy playing the same sections of the game over and over again, and speedrunning definitely requires a lot of that to practice the game. And I like to, commit to playthroughs. I don't like restarting a lot to try and get better sections, and honestly, I just don't... it's not a super enjoyable pastime to me, from my perspective, and I don't have a lot of free time. I work full-time, and I live by myself, so I don't really have the time to dedicate to getting super good at speedrunning. And for me, speedrunning, it's a thing, where you do it, it's not something where you do it, just for the fun of it. You want to be the best, and if I'm not gonna, place good times, I don't feel like bothering with it. Obviously, you'd want to go for number one, but at the very least, you gotta have a top 5 or bust mentality to it to stick with it. And from my point of view, anyway, I'm sure there are plenty of people out there who enjoy it just for the fun of it, but it's not something that I really enjoy. It just doesn't gel with my mindset. Yeah, absolutely. I definitely appreciate it when I do well enough. I'm, when it comes to, playing games in, unique ways, I'm more of, a challenge playthrough kind of guy. I enjoy seeing those, minimalist runs, or, low-level challenges, or just, applying restrictions to yourselves, to force yourselves to use more interesting things in the game. I do enjoy that sometimes. I haven't really done it in a while, but I used to do a lot of, restricted playthroughs. And definitely, even outside of that, in certain games, if I see something is, too overpowered, this kind of takes away from the fun of the game, I'm not going to use it. I'm going to see, if I can come up with a cool alternative to it. Alright, let's, commit toaster and bathtub on the... Well, I suppose hairdryer and bathtub, but, in principle, it's the same on the monster. And we'll take the gold and steel pipes just for the fun of it. Why not?
What was it that you did? Was it perhaps it was only...
And we're just going to pretend like that didn't happen, because Heather sure will. Okay. I really hate the camera angle on this walkway. I don't want to throw myself into the water by mistake. Alright, let's get into the building. I still got a little bit more to go, though. Don't mind me, pendulums. I'm just going about my business. I have no qualm with you. You should have no qualm with me. I will say, I was doing a file to get the possessed ending, and it's super satisfying to just lay these things out with the unlimited submachine gun. They're so annoying to just listen to flying through the air when you're just trying to avoid them. From the distance, you hear a sound. Alright, I was worried I wasn't going to get the double health drinks in the building, but because I absolutely ate trash in the subway, we'll get some healing items back here. The game can be generous like that at moments. Should I bother with grabbing the silencer? No, we'll grab it for fun. Or perhaps just to satisfy my compulsion to grab as many items as possible. Alright, give me those health drinks. Actually, no. I still need my regular equipment for right now, but I will equip the handgun. Got a few more numb bodies to shoot before we get to the nightmare building world. Actually, heck. I keep misequipping things. I just want the maul equipped for a second so I can grab the silencer. Past the first 4 games, I have not checked out much of the Silent Hill series. I did play like half of Homecoming on the Xbox 360. I know that game has kind of a malign rep these days, but I didn't think it was all that bad. I thought at least it played well. So, past Silent Hill 4, I haven't really checked out the series. When Silent Hill Origins was new, I really wanted to check it out, but I never had a PSP, and by the time the PS2 version had come out, I had just kind of moved on from it, so I never checked that out. Maybe someday. I don't think, like, just based on what I've seen, like, I don't think it's as bad as, like, its reputation kind of makes it out to be. But at the same time, it's never been something like, oh, I have to check this out, so it's more of a curiosity. Maybe once, like, I've finally done, like, whoa. I didn't actually drop the mattress down yet. Maybe one time, by the time, like, you know, I finally get everything done in Silent Hill 4, unlock all the stuff in that game, and get the 10-star run, maybe then I'll check out Silent Hill Origins someday, but for right now, I haven't checked it out, don't really have any plans to. Silent Hill Downpour probably is a game I'll be a very long time before I ever check that out. Although it did have a 360 version, doesn't it? I do have a 360. I haven't used my PS3 in forever. Should I even bother with grabbing the handgun bullets? I've got so many at this point. Yeah, I think I'll just skip on grabbing those handgun bullets. I don't need them. Let's just get about our business in the business building. We'll come back to the dance studio later, so once I have the screwdriver, just get all my business there done in one fell swoop. I'll say probably my biggest regret for a Silent Hill series is that I never got to play PT when it was new, and now I never will get the chance for it. I don't think somebody made like a Unity remake of it, but it's not the same thing. I am curious to see how that Silent Hill 2 remake is going to pan out. I know a lot of people are not super keen on the developer working on it, but I personally had never heard of them before the announcement, so I don't know what to think of them. Yeah, that's definitely, like, one of the... Like, if you're really against, like, digital distribution of video games, like, PT is definitely one of the things you can point to on how that can go badly. Yeah, it's pretty easy to be annoyed with Konami with their tendency to, like, if some certain things don't work out, or they fall out with certain people, they just, like, kind of bury the thing. Why'd they have to have the fallout with Kojima? Tragedy. Wonder if he had to sign off on the Metal Gear collection coming out. I think that's kind of why, like, the independent gaming scene is so big right now. You know, there's a lot more fresh ideas coming out. I know people joke a lot about, like, the farming sim stuff, but I do think there's a lot of cool and interesting stuff going on in the indie game scene. If you really like Silent Hill, actually another thing I can recommend on my channel is I did a playthrough of this game called Fear and Hunger Termina. That's a really, really cool horror game. Highly recommend checking out Fear and Hunger if you haven't heard of it. Yeah, it does have some pretty harsh, explicit content in it, so I will warn you about that. But you know, if you're a horror game fan, you've probably seen something that has something bad in it. I'm trying to. I think Silent Hill 2 actually was like the first horror game that I ever owned and played through, because I was like a very like reluctant to do anything related to horror when I was a teenager. It took me like over a year to get through it because I was so scared of it. But now I can play it like it ain't no thing. But let's see. Silent Hill 2 was like the first horror game I seriously played through. I've played through a few of the Resident Evil games. I played a ton of Resident Evil 2, the original. Also played the remake of that. I've played Resident Evil, the GameCube remake. Resident Evil 4, obviously. I played a lot of Resident Evil 4. Let me see. Did also play Resident Evil 5 and 6, but that's kind of the point where the series just like stopped being a horror game, so I don't really count those. I do own 7, but I have not had a chance to play it yet. I just haven't been inspired to. I do also, I've played a little bit of the 4 remake, which I haven't gotten very far in that yet. Again, just haven't been feeling inspired. But doing a lot of backlog game stuff recently. Like, I just recently pulled out my 3DS and completed a file that I had in the game Devil Survivor 2 that I had on the back burner for like over a year. I'm trying to think, let me see here. I think, like, as far as, like, actually seeing the games all the way through, Silent Hill 2, Silent Hill 1, and Silent Hill 3, I played all those by myself, but Silent Hill 4 I actually experienced through a Let's Play first. Resident Evil's pretty fun. It's more of a Twitch horror kind of thing with, you know, really jumpy and frenetic scares rather than, like, an atmospheric thing, but there are games that also do have their atmospheric moments. Like, I really love the aesthetic of, like, the pre-rendered backgrounds in Resident Evil 2 and Resident Evil 3. I kind of miss that aesthetic of gaming. Another one that's cool to check out if you're also a fan of RPGs is Parasite Eve. That's a super unique game. I don't know if you've heard of that one. Okay, let me see here. So there's a bunch of numb bodies in the next room over, so let's see if I can't maneuver properly to take these guys out. Whoop, 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 whoop. No! Okay. Oh, come on. Okay, okay, heal, heal, heal. Let's, you know what? These guys are not going to follow me now, so let's just ignore them. That was terrible. Yeah, I don't know if, the PlayStation Store for the PS3 is still up or not. I know there was a controversy about it getting shut down, but both the Parasite Eve games are on that, if it is still up. And of course, with the introduction of DuckStation to the emulation scene, now it's a lot easier to play PlayStation 1 games with a relatively accurate emulation. I should check out more stuff with DuckStation. I downloaded it for my Silent Hill 1 Let's Play because it was a lot easier to use than EPSXEP. Alright, and I need to equip the beef jerky, so let's make sure the gun's fully loaded. And let's get our jerky on. How many jerky pieces am I gonna have to drop? Let's keep a running count. So, drop our first piece of jerky here. Jerky number 1. Let's let that guy go for it. Oh, whoa, whoa, oh dear, oh dear, oh dear, oh dear, oh dear. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Yeah, no, I feel that. Emulation is good for, like, checking out games, but it doesn't feel, like, the same. Like, it's harder to commit to it when, like, you know, you didn't buy it and you're not playing it at, like, quite the intended way. Like, some games just do not emulate properly, and it's, like, it really is a different experience from actually playing it on hardware. So, I understand. I vastly prefer playing games on actual hardware, and I do my best to try and do that when it's not too prohibitively expensive. Kind of the thing that's been pushing me back into emulation recently, though, is just, the collector market for used games, they're so expensive now. It costs you, if it's a popular game that has classic status, it costs you an arm and a leg to get it these days. Also, absolutely saving here, because this area is a nightmare. Yeah, but I totally feel that. But some games, I have played plenty of games, they are so good that, just the nature of it doesn't, keep me from playing it. Let's see, Chrono Trigger, that was a game that I experienced via emulation that I was able to commit to. Let's see, there was a Breath of Fire 3, that was a really good game. I'm a big RPG fan, I've played so many in my life. Earthbound was a game that I first played through emulation, that's a game that, even before, the collector's market became a thing, that was a game that was too expensive to get for actual hardware, so you kind of had no choice but to emulate it for the longest time until they started doing digital re-releases of it. I'll just get some liver and grab the shotgun shells, and let's see if we can't do this without waking up the insane cancer. It's like a children's game. Don't wake up the cancerous blob. Pork liver. Alright, I need the light on. Let me just grab this. Pay me no heed. There we go. The weasel did not go pop. Alright, now time for the really fun part of this level. Should I go for that first aid kit with the thing on the bed? I'll have to think about that. I got a minute to think about it. I'll admit, it's satisfying to finally have played these games to a level where I don't have to check the map constantly to see where I'm going. Always when I first play a Silent Hill game, I have to check the map all the time to see which way I want to go. Oh dear. This might be a problem. We'll see what happens. Did not think about which direction I needed to go there, so might be a little tricky, but I should be able to manage this. Okay, straight to the right, jerky. Ooh. Okay. That was a little scary, but that didn't go too bad. This game can still have its tense moments. I completely forgot I need to top off my health here in case I get knocked on my ass. Okay. Just give myself a quick top off. Let's get this thing ready. It's so funny how the combining items function in this game works compared to Resident Evil. It's just so weird and janky. Alright, flip this off. Alright, so we've placed 2 pieces of jerky so far, so let's place jerky numero 3. Okay, that guy's going for the— No! Disaster! So much for getting through the level without being knocked over. 4. Just take the jerky. Oh, place down jerky number 5. Oh, don't be rude. Let's go grab the first aid kit. We should be able to take it. Okay. That was less than ideal, but that's how this level goes sometimes. Okay, so let's just place this down. It's jerky number 6. I want it to go to the left. One of these days I'll have my left and right down pat, and we'll just ignore that guy. No need to deal with him. Okay. Ooh, hey, no, oof. Okay. So we're on 6 pieces of jerky. Here comes jerky number 7. That's just gonna be for the split heads that come through the end of the hallway. Jerky number 8. Alright, that's 8 pieces of jerky. How many more are we gonna use? We're going for a new jerky record. Okay. Let's get our key soda. Not exactly what I was hoping for a drink. I was hoping for like a Dr. Pepper or something. Okay, got past that guy. Oh no! Curses. Yep, there. That's what I expected to have happen. Alright, let's get through here. Okay. So, let's see. How am I doing on supplies here? Let's use a first aid kit just to bring myself up to a situation where if I do get knocked over, I won't immediately die if I get bitten. Heather finds keys in the weirdest places. Oh, she'll just stick her fist in a dog's stomach and pull out a key and it's like, alright. Conditioned to accept horror. That's Heather. I'm not sure what's sillier, like the light ball soup cans from Silent Hill 2 or the insurance key soda from Silent Hill 3. Finding items in the oddest places. Okay, let's place this down because I know. Okay, one of them's after the carcass. Okay, they're both after the carcass. Nice. So, we hit a new jerky high score, 9. I appreciate the reference to that in this game. Who would even think of doing something so disgusting? Oh, boy. James, well, what's wrong with you, my dude? My man, why are you doing that? At least roll your sleeve up. You didn't even do that. You just stuck it right in there. Can't imagine how that jacket smells, boy. Alright, so... Alright, so 7 health drinks and 4 first aid kits, and we'll get another one, another first aid kit at Heaven's Night. Let's see, I think there's 2... let's see, 3 more health drinks in Nightmare Hospital, and an ampule there. Doing a little rough on healing items. That subway car section was just such a disaster. I can't believe that happened. Oh, well. Nah, I was like, should I equip the shotgun now just to get ahead of it? But no, the game auto-equips the handgun for the missionary boss fight, so I just have to go back into the menu to unequip it anyway. That's how the game goes sometimes. Alright, Dad, I'm home. Oh, you're dead. Oh, there's a boss fight. Alright. Alright, time for some tactical espionage action. Hopefully this does not go as badly as it did in my 10-star run. That was horrible. The worst I've ever had this fight go. It's always when I'm doing a challenge that suddenly something that's like been a given in previous playthroughs just goes absolutely horrible for me. That's the way the world works sometimes. Oop. Okay, he's down. Come on, actually hit him. That's a nice. He didn't do the counter strike there. Come on, go for an attack. Nah, that didn't go well. Oh dear. Okay, let's just use a health drink to top myself off, or not top myself off, but take myself out of critical status. Okay. Why is that not hitting him? There we go. That was one of the longer runs I've had of that fight. Some, unfortunate things happened there. Once again, I'm going to grab an item that there is no reason for me to do so, but it just satisfies my compulsions. We're going to grab the stun gun and never use it. I wish this weapon was better than it was, but it's just kind of crap. But hey, at least we have a lot of uses of it, right? Alright, Douglas, you gotta function as my Uber driver now. Wondering where I should make my next save. Actually, I don't know where I'm gonna make my next save. Right before the Nightmare Hospital, since that's another area that gives me a lot of problems. Asking myself questions I already know the answer to. I know that feel. I did try out a few different things with the stun gun to see like what good uses for it were. The only consistent use for the stun gun I know is that you can use it to drop insane cancers instantly, like 100% of the time. It almost always works on them. And then you can just wail on them with the katana, then stun gun them, then wail on them with the katana, and kill them without using up too many resources. But other than that, I haven't really found any good use for it, and I experimented with using it on the final boss, and it doesn't really do it. It actually does considerably less damage than the katana, so that also did not pan out. I used to use it on the nurses, but sometimes they'll just like tank a shot and not fall over like they're supposed to. So it's like, I don't know, having to use 2 shots in that situation, like, I don't know, this is just weird. May as well just use the shotgun, which I have plenty of ammo for. Speaking of that, I'll get the shotgun equipped now, since we're going to be using this quite a bit in the hospital. Best way to take out those revolver nurses. No, the katana is, it's basically just a reskinned steel pipe in this game, but it does more damage. Faster, does more damage. I think it has slightly less reach than the steel pipe, but that does not matter at all. It is definitely the best melee weapon in the game. It is so helpful on your first playthrough, where this game has ludicrously scarce ammo. Silent Hill 2 is extremely generous with ammo, and I think, like, all of the excess ammo in that game was, like, all the ammo that's missing from this game. On your first playthrough, it is so easy to run out of ammo in this game. It is nuts how scarce it is in this game. Like, relative to how much you'd like to use it, I'd actually argue that ammo is scarcer in this game than it is in Silent Hill 4. Like, it is just nuts. Stupid submachine gun's completely worthless until, like, your 3rd playthrough, because you only get 3 clips for it, and that ammo goes by in, like, 3 seconds. Oh, that was, now I'm thinking of the PC version again. The one other advantage of the PC version is that the actual town of Silent Hill does not have any dropped frames or the game hanging like the PS2 version does. Turns out just importing the map data from Silent Hill 2 and upscaling the textures didn't really work well with the PS2's engine. Okay. Glad that they came up with unique nurse designs for this game. Whoops, need the light on here. Up and up and up we go. Thankfully, because I already know the code, and it's a fixed code, we do not have to read the face mutilation puzzle. You can just ignore that and not have to think too much about the grody-ness of it. Touch my heart. come on, get the nail polish and the perfume. Even though I never use this, I legitimately have no idea what this perfume does. Definitely does not do what it's described as doing in guides that I've read. There we go. Let's take our light off just so I can creep up on the revolver nurse. There we go. Do the patented coochie crusher on the one nurse, and then just some standard curb stomps on the other. Alright, what is our time for today? Let's see, that is 6... No, that's 15:44, I think? Okay. Ba-ba-ba, 15:44. There we go. A couple nurses going to be waiting for us here, but I should just be able to go right past them. I don't know if this is the case or not, but I've also noticed that on extreme mode, the enemies seem to have a greater tendency to knock you over. Definitely they are pretty consistent about it if they hit you from behind. Alright. Got another revolver nurse to take care of, so definitely want the light off. Do not want to prematurely aggro them. Oh dear. That bench almost caused a disaster. Oh, come on. That's horrible. The game is finding new and interesting ways to cause me problems. What the? Oh, God! Oh, I thought that it got knocked over. That was horrible. I can't... Where are they? Oh, man, this is horrible. Man. Well, another one for the worst I've ever had that go pile. Yeesh. Oh, well, this keeps things exciting, right? I'm gonna be in a bit of a dire situation once I actually get to the amusement park. Get my nail polish remover out here. Too bad we can't take the stag beetle there. I'm sure Heather could find an inventive use for that. Alright, let me think. How many other healing items do we have? So let's see. Once again, we're gonna get another health drink in here in the storeroom. We're gonna get a health drink in the garbage can in the Nightmare Hospital. Those are the ampule, we're gonna get that. Once again, the game is so inconsistent about what you can grab when the light is on or off. Heather is just completely unfazed by the wheelchair at this point. No need to check that. Alright, let's get our code, and hopefully it's an easy to read one. Okay, 93... I think that's 386. It's either 3 or 2. I'm pretty sure it's 3. It looks like there's a faded, like, squiggle down, going down. So we got 9386, 9386, 9386. I'll repeat that in my head a few times, but I can also just look at the photo should I need to later. Fortunately, because I haven't been grabbing any other memos, I don't have to worry about that cluttering up my puzzle solution reference. don't really know if having the light on or off matters on this roof. Yeah, I had a puzzle. When I was doing my videos for Silent Hill 2, I did have trouble reading the code for the 4 lockbox in the hospital, the one written in blood. I had to double check that photo a couple times because the handwriting did throw me for a loop. 9386. Alright, so I don't need to grab the health drink right now. I'm going to be going in that room on the way back anyway, so let's just get this opened up. Pop this open. Moment of truth. Was it a 3 or was it a 2? There we go. 3 was the correct answer. We go home with our prize of shotgun shells. Actually, no, we just got a prize of beef jerky, which we're going to need anyway, so don't worry. It all has its uses. Alright, just give her a few quick stomps. Alright, we'll give Leonard a quick call. I know he's lonely here. Blah, blah, blah. Go to the buff at the end of the... I wanted to take a reload there because I was losing track of my shells. Definitely do not want to be caught in a reload. Especially because of how bad I've been doing on healing items. I usually have like 10 or so health drinks normally, but I'm like way under on that in this playthrough. Probably going to be a couple game overs in the church, I can already feel it. Haven't had any at this point, just had some close calls. Finally learned my lesson about not healing immediately after a few blunders in some of the extreme playthroughs I've done. Making pretty good time here though, 4609, not terrible. I think my fastest clear for the game at this point is hour and 19. I could definitely do it way faster. I just like to go out of my way to collect everything. Alright. While I'm thinking of it, let's get the equipment we need for the next leg of the hospital on. We'll get the handgun, and we'll get our beef jerky. We've got plenty of jerky. This wouldn't matter at all, but I think it'd be really funny if the beef jerky was affected by bullet adjust. Like, it'd just finish the game with hundreds of pieces of beef jerky in your inventory for no reason. That would be amusing to me and me alone. By the way, Major Raptor, I would just like to say thank you so much for coming in on the stream and participating in chat and stuff. I kind of just did this under the assumption that nobody would show up, and was mostly just gonna carry the commentary like I was doing a standard video, but, you know, a different format, so I do appreciate having someone to bounce chat off of and stuff while I do this. Makes it feel a lot fresher than just grinding out a playthrough. Alright. You know what, we're in the second half of the game. Let's go for an outfit switch. What would be fun? I'll be using Princess Heart in my other New Game Plus video. But yeah, I was mentioning earlier the PC version removed some content. All of these Game Magazine shirts got removed from the PC version. I guess because, like, the licensing deal expired or whatever. Kind of a shame, honestly. Glad you've been having a good time. I always aim to please. Funnily enough, there are actually a couple of mods out there for this game, but I don't think anybody has bothered restoring the Game Magazine shirts. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, turn, and check out the symbol. And let's go for another, not Snake Eater reference, but I like making that joke. Alright, through the door. If I had a soundboard, I would totally be playing that audio right now, but for right now, I'm just going to have to make do, and as soon as the game loads, climb up the ladder. What a thrill. Darkness and silence through the night. What a thrill. I'm searching, I'm melting to you. What a fear in my heart that yours. Okay, we're done. Gotta do that every time, though. It's a Konami game, you know? Metal Gear. Okay, drop this down. Get up here. That's one. Oh no! That's the most reaction you're gonna get out of me for this playthrough. It is this. I mentioned earlier that this is my favorite Silent Hill game. It definitely has parts I dislike. I hate this area. It is so bad. Like, you cannot see any of what you're doing. Look, if I'm definitely the kind of friend where if I know like something I can do will slightly annoy, like not make them mad, but slightly annoy them, I'll definitely do it. I got my one friend. We have a good time just like ribbing her because she has a tendency to like react to stimuli, but she won't get too mad about it. So we just like to push her buttons. You gotta have some fun with your friends. Just be sure to give as good as you get, okay? Gotta accept it when you're on the chopping block, inevitably. 7-1. Pop it open. Popping it, locking it, go out and get some compliments. I haven't listened to that song in forever. I'll always remember this puzzle as it was the one that I actually managed to solve on hard mode without any outside assistance. Which I felt pretty good about that. Okay. I actually just need to get myself back into the game for a second. I gotta remember to go back to the 3rd floor and get the blood. There are more than a couple playthroughs where I've gotten to the Leonard room, and I realized, oh, I didn't get the blood. Ah, man. Don't shoot me, don't shoot me. Okay, you didn't shoot me. Okay. I don't think I need the light on to see the buttons in this room, or this elevator, rather. So let's just see if we can't get that. I really want to go... Okay, yes, you do not need the light on to interact with the buttons in this elevator. Let's quickly get back to the hallway with the blood room. Once again, I can't see anything in this hallway, so let's see if we can get through without getting knocked over. Okay, almost. We still got a return trip to make. We still got to go back through. Alright, give me all that blood. Where are my items? I half appreciate that like items are in distinct categories now, but also it's so different from the other games that I always get confused searching my inventory. No, the sexy beam, it's a little weird to unlock. So you get this special weapon when you're unarmed called the Heather Beam after you get 333 enemy kills over the course of however many playthroughs that takes. So the easiest way to do that is to just do a standard playthrough, unlock the unlimited submachine gun, and then just do one playthrough where you kill everything with the unlimited submachine gun. You might have to do another one after that to get enough kills, because it does take a lot of kills to unlock it. But once you get 333 kills over the course of playing the game, you'll unlock the Heather Beam, The Heather Beam can be upgraded to the Sexy Beam when you have the Princess Heart costume equipped, which the Princess Heart costume is this. Ah, it didn't do the cutscene. Oh well. But yes, when you have this costume on, your Heather Beam is upgraded to the Sexy Beam. Guess it only does the cutscene the first time you equip it. And the Sexy Beam is actually pretty powerful. It's like this homing laser that fires a bunch of shots, but it's powered by your stamina, and if you run out of stamina, it won't shoot anymore, so it's actually really bad in extreme mode, because you just run out of stamina so quickly because you have half the normal amount. So I wouldn't really recommend using it in this mode. Let's see, what was I gonna do? No, I want the handgun equipped. Got a nurse to shoot here. I love that death noise. This game has good and distinct death noises. Alright, so we got a bunch of beef jerky to drop here. Come on, go for the jerky. That's one down. Once again, we're going to drop another piece of beef jerky, because I can tell there's going to be a bunch more. Okay, let's get past this. Oh, no! Oh, whoa! Bullet dodge, bullet dodge. Let me see, what is my favorite shirt? Let's see here. I really like, the, blue Robbie Wynn shirt. I also like, the Golden Rooster shirt. I like that one a lot, and I'm glad I got that one legitimately. Let's see, what was another one that I really liked? I like this one. And, I like this one just because I like that phrase. And, yeah, I'd say those are probably my favorites. When I'm replaying the game, though, I do like to mix up the outfits that I wear. Use a different one every playthrough. It's just, I really appreciate the game has so many extra costumes. Up until this point, the games didn't really have much in the way of cosmetics for unlockables. Alright, time for the Leonard boss fight. This boss fight has been so awful to me in previous playthroughs. This fight's a lot more consistent on the PC version, where you can just kind of stun lock him with the shotgun and then switch to the submachine gun and take him out that way. But he's super inconsistent about staying down on the PS2 version. Getting all my P's mixed up here. Yeah. Now, I always appreciate unlockables and stuff in video games, like, just like, you know, like the sense of accomplishment for getting all that stuff. Where are you? Nope, there he goes for the swim again. This fight is so random and I hate it. Fortunately, you get a pretty generous amount of time to complete it. It's just, like, so inconsistent. Where is he? Where the heck is he? Oh, there he is. I was looking for you. The lock-on doesn't exactly follow this guy super well sometimes. Come on, Leonard. Get up, get up, get up, get up, get up, get up. There we go. Oh, are you kidding me? Let me see. I actually really do need to heal just in case he gets up here. Ah, come on. Not getting this the way I would like. Where is he? There you are. Okay. Ready for him to get up. Oh, stop wasting my time! Yeah, well, when he's swimming around like this, he's completely invincible. You can't interact with him at all, so you just have to wait for him to get up and hope he doesn't immediately go back into swimming. Oh, come on. Now, normally, if you can catch him while he's laying down, you can stun lock him and shoot him to death, but sometimes he just doesn't stay down. on. Oh. I knew this fight was gonna go terrible. He just wants to waste all my time. Where is he? Oh, there he is. Oh, that was horrible. Nope, I knew that was coming. Once again, wasting all my healing items here. Leonard, why do you gotta do this to me? We used to have good times, Leonard. This fight used to go perfectly, and you would just stay down and let me shoot you, but as of late, you've just been super inconsistent and annoying, and I hate this fight. I really do. Oh, come on! What is this garbage? Absolute trash. This is gonna be like a 4-minute fight. Jeez. How many bullets have I used at this point? Oh, God. That's way, way more ammo than I normally use on this fight. Absolutely horrible. Oh, come on! I couldn't even see where he was. I swear I don't normally do this fight so badly. I'm going to be in some pretty dire situations once I actually get to the stupid church. Oh, what? You know what? I'm not going to bother healing that off. If he kills me, he kills me. Yeah, I don't honestly care. I'm just going to use a continue there. That was horrible. That is the worst I've ever had that fight go. Fortunately, when you're at a boss fight, you can just continue right where the boss fight was. Jeez, that was bad. Sometimes the game just likes to give you absolute garbage. It depends on the game, really. I'd say they're pretty bad in Silent Hill 2. I think they work well enough in Silent Hill 2 and Silent Hill 3, though. Especially in 3. I know this boss has been giving me a hard time, and this one's kind of an outlier. He's the only one that's really super random like this. All the other bosses have really consistent fights to them, and I actually do typically have a lot of fun with them. What the? Oh my god! Like, what is going on here? This doesn't normally go this badly. Like, usually when I approach him from the side, he doesn't jump up and swipe at me like that. What is this? I have never had this fight go so badly. Okay, this should be it. There we go, finally. Yeah, I mean, like, let me try and, like, word this well. I think that, if I don't feel like, there's only one viable strategy for defeating a boss, or if I feel like there's an excessive amount of RNG involved in how the boss fight goes, I usually am not a fan of boss fights like that. Like especially bosses like, I'm thinking of a good example of, like, a really random boss fight is, the Wizard in, Legend of Zelda: Link to the Past, where you just have to wait until, the attack he uses is the one that you can reflect back at him. I think that's a bad boss fight, because that's just purely RNG. Like, even though there is a strategy to it, you're just waiting for the right thing to happen, so I think that's a bad boss fight. Leonard is also kind of, like, in that, thing where, like, you just, like, there is a strategy to it, but like, you just kind of have to wait until he reacts properly to it to it for you to, like, get the kill you're looking for. It's a little weird to explain. Let me think. What's a good example? Well, actually, like the Alessa boss fight later in this game, that's a very consistent fight that still requires like good timing and stuff to do it. And like the missionary boss fight I was doing earlier, like that one, you know, you turn the light off and you have to catch him from behind when he does an attack. I think that's a relatively fun fight that requires you to know what you're doing to get it right. I also like bosses that, you know, like change up their patterns throughout the fight. Like as you hurt them, they like adopt new and tougher attack patterns and stuff. Keeps things fresh as the fight goes on. For all the times in my practice runs where I've kind of like misremembered the order of operations for certain things, I'm surprised I've never attempted to go to the amusement park first before talking to Vincent. I would have totally expected that. I would have totally expected I'd made that mistake at least once. While I'm thinking of it, let me get the handgun out. I actually do not mind that I used to continue on the Leonard fight there, because I used up so much submachine gun ammo in that failed attempt. That's a bit of a toughie. I will say I'm kind of obvious in my favorites of the Zelda series, where I'm somebody who really likes the N64 games and A Link to the Past. Those have always been my favorite games. Past that, I have a lot of nostalgia for Wind Waker. I enjoyed Minish Cap a lot the first time I played that. I really like that one. I also played Link's Awakening DX and thought that was pretty good. I'm not a super big open world game guy, so I actually am not a big fan of Breath of the Wild. I do think it's a decently fun game, but I kind of get tired of it after, like, you know, like 30 hours of just wandering around and stuff. So I can't really say I'm a huge fan of that game. I've always wanted to complete the NES games, but I've never really committed to them. Whoa, excuse me. I think the furthest I've gotten in the original Legend of Zelda is like level 6. Definitely does not help that that game is so obtuse at a lot of situations, so it's pretty hard to complete without a guide. I don't know if I'd say that. I think there's a lot of it that's still identifiably Zelda, but it's different, and it's going to be in a way that, like, I feel like the newer generation of people playing games are going to gravitate towards Breath of the Wild a lot more than the longtime fans of the series. I mean, when you look up stuff like speedruns and playthroughs and videos of it and stuff, it's always usually much younger people who are playing the game rather than older people. Like, I've noticed that, like, the people who are super critical of Breath of the Wild are usually, like, either in their late 20s or their 30s. Yeah. I forget what my first Zelda was, because my dad owned a Super Nintendo, but the first system I really seriously remember playing was the Nintendo 64, so I tend to have stronger memories from my childhood of Ocarina of Time, but I played both Link to the Past and Ocarina of Time around the same time, but I didn't actually beat either game until way later in my life, like not until I was like 16. When I did, like, actually commit to playing Ocarina of Time, though, I absolutely love it. I think that game is wonderful. Love Majora's Mask, too. It's still identifiable in, like, the same style as Ocarina of Time, but also has, like, so much unique to it. I just really like that game and Ocarina of Time. One thing, like, actually connecting to Silent Hill is I actually really like how those games have, like, light horror elements. I think it makes them super unique, and there's a lot of moments... Whoa. I wasn't paying attention there at all. But there's a lot of moments in Ocarina of Time and Majora's Mask that I think actually succeeded being really creepy, and I really like that, honestly. Like, especially the Forest Temple. When I was, like, 8, the Forest Temple really scared me as a kid. Okay, actually going to equip the submachine gun here. We're going to take this guy out. Alright, he's down. Oh, no. Okay. That was a bit unfortunate, but not too big a deal. Alright, is the other one following me? Okay, no. Had to use up 2 clips there, but not a really bad thing. Unfortunately, am going to break even on health drink usage here, but it is what it is. So few healing items left to get in the game, so it's gonna be tricky getting through the church. We'll see what I can make happen, though. Let me equip the handgun. That should be a little bit faster. Actually, I'm not exactly sure what the different run speeds between the weapons are. I think being completely unarmed makes you run ever so slightly faster, but I'm not sure on that. Do not quote me on anything, because I often can be incorrect about certain things. Let me see, okay, the submachine gun and the infinite submachine gun are actually 2 different weapons. So the ammo I have for the submachine gun is for the standard one. The infinite submachine gun actually does not need to be reloaded at all. It just has a bottomless clip. As far as, like, stuff, I don't think there's anything you have to re-unlock in Silent Hill 3. The way the laser pistol in Silent Hill 1 works is that its power is determined by your star ranking in the previous playthrough. So if you got 10 stars, it's at its strongest. If you got 8, I think it's 8.1 to 9.9 stars, it's at like its second strongest. And anything lower than that, it's at its weakest. So you don't have to re-unlock it per se, but you can have the strongest version and then go to a weaker version in your next playthrough.
Help! Help!
Yeah, it is honestly kind of strange. The best way to work it is to just make 2 separate save files. One off of your 10-star file, and then another just for fun one where you can use your infinite weapons as much as you want. That way, if you ever want to go back to that, you always have it.
So please watch your
Step.
I'm
So sorry. This place is just falling apart. The mechanism is broken, you see.
It
Wasn't supposed to stop there, I assure you. I've had to listen to that dialogue so many times. You can't open the door until that last line where you say, "Oh crap, I just screwed up."
No one wants
Okay, okay. Not the end of the world, but oh, never mind.
They want you to stay with them.
That was horrible. I knew I was gonna screw this up. This section. Oh no, that I did not want to hit. Oh well, it is the same difference. I'm probably gonna die again on that just because I always screw this up a couple times. So thankful in my like actual videos I did it correctly the first time.
Welcome
To the Borley Haunted Mansion. Help! Help! Sorry, I've listened to these so many times. That's Danny. But yeah, the reason that, like, this specific bit after the falling ceiling, you actually cannot go through this door until that, I assure you, blind plays.
is broken, you see. It
Wasn't supposed to stop there, I assure you. Okay, let's not screw this up this time. Let's actually take these corners properly, not bonk on the wall, since that causes you to die guaranteed. What the heck? Oh, God, why am I doing this so badly?
Everyone really likes you. They
I want you to stay with them forever. Oh, oh. Whoops, I lost track of which direction I needed to go. That was a mistake. Sometimes I'm tempted to use an ampule here so that I'm always sprinting. It really doesn't matter if I hit load or continue, but I like to see, you know, that results screen with that nice full star rating for the continue section. Even though it really does not matter since I already used the continue on Leonard, but you know. Anyways, when I screw this section up, I usually failed a bunch of times in a row, so we might be here for a little bit. I'll do my best to try and actually remember the correct route, but you know, it be like that sometimes. I think everybody has at least one section of a game where like, oh, this section's just horrible for me. I screw it up all the time. And for me, that is this insta-death hallway section. I always mess this up.
This mansion is
Quite old.
So please, I'm so sorry. This place is just...
Alright, Heather, hit that Yankee Splinky.
The mechanism is broken, you see. It wasn't supposed
yes, there we
to
go.
stop there, I assure you.
Just mash through that. Heather just desperately jiggling the handle.
It was supposed to be the exit.
Oh,
But
God.
it seems that no one wants you to leave. Everyone really likes you. They want you to stay with them forever. I have to.
You know, good question. Death. It's supposed to be death. That's as good an explanation as you get, really. Ah, no. Oh, boy. Alright, let's keep a running total. I think that's the fourth time I screwed that up. Yeah, that's no bueno, no bueno. But we'll persevere. We'll make this happen. I knew there was going to be at least one really disastrous section in the stream, so I suppose if it's anything, it's a part that's also pretty bad for most people who play this.
Welcome
Yeah.
to the poorly haunted.
Don't worry, don't worry. I know that most people don't really judge me, but I judge myself. You gotta keep myself objective at all times. Don't let yourself get a big head, kid. That's Danny. Gonna catch him all because he's Danny Phantom.
This mansion
I haven't
is
watched that
quite
show in
old.
forever.
So please, I'm so sorry. This place is
Just falling apart.
The mechanism is broken, you see. It wasn't supposed to stop there, I assure you.
I will admit, like, the fact that you have to wait for that dialogue to end before you can open the stupid door, that legitimately does kind of annoy me. Like, why that dialogue
But
specifically?
it seems that no one wants you to leave. Everyone really likes you. They want you to stay with them
Forever. Okay. Oof. No! No, 5 times. I'm so sorry, everybody. This is gonna look horrible in the in the VOD. But it's okay, it's okay. We're happy. We're feeling it. We're feeling it. I mean, there's something to comment on. This is like the fastest I've ever gotten to the haunted house section. Usually I'm at like an hour 10 or something by the time I get here. So we're making good time. We're making good time. This is burning clock. This is just filler, you know. Sometimes you gotta pad out your videos for the YouTube algorithm. I hear that thing that longer videos do better, which I don't know how much that pans out, but you know, people claim it, so I'll go along with it. I should get another cup of coffee.
That's
Danny. I honestly do love this guy's voice, though.
Quite old. So please, I'm so sorry. This place is just falling apart.
This guy is the precursor to Phone Guy from Five Nights at Freddy's.
It wasn't supposed to stop there, I assure you.
Alright, can I get through this without screwing this up? Getting so mad at myself. I need to stay chill.
That was supposed to be the exit. But it seems that no one wants you to leave. Everyone really likes you. They want you to stay with them forever.
I happen to agree with them. Don't worry, dying is much easier than living. Ah! Too slow. Okay, so we're at 6. We'll make this happen. This is actually really easy on normal mode because the red mist is just so slow, but on hard mode it goes so fast, and on extreme mode it becomes especially problematic because your stamina runs out before you're even halfway through the hallway, so you end up just going super slow. Honestly, I think that if I screw this up one more time, I'm gonna use an ampule just to give myself a little bit more speed. Plus, it'll give me extra health to tank some of the red mist damage if I do get tagged a little bit from behind. I will have leftover ampules before the game is over, so it's not a huge deal if I have to use a couple here.
That's Danny.
Everybody loves a good jump scare.
This mansion is quite old, so please, I'm so sorry. This
Place is just falling apart. The mechanism is broken, you see. It wasn't supposed to stop there, I assure you. See, this is actually part of my devious long game. I want you to hear this dialogue in your sleep tonight.
That was supposed to be the exit, but it seems that no one wants you to leave. Everyone really likes you. They want you to stay with them forever.
Oh, yeah, okay, whoops.
I have to agree with them.
That one was just me playing badly. I don't know what the heck I was thinking there. I walked into the corner. Alright, we're going to use an ampule to speed ourselves up a little bit. So let's get into the Haunted Mansion first. This is why you should always practice this section before doing any recording of any type whatsoever. Yeah, it is actually pretty brutal if you're not used to the controls in this game. Now, I have done this section a lot, and I've completed it plenty of times since I've had to have beaten the game like 12 times to get to this point. But like sometimes I just get I just get into like ruts where I just screw it up constantly.
This mansion is quite old, so please, one, I'm so sorry. This place is just falling apart. The mechanism is broken, you see. It wasn't supposed to stop there, I assure you.
Alright, can I actually use an ampule while this guy is talking? Because it doesn't look like I can pause the game to go in my own... Oh, okay, while this guy is talking, I can't use an ampule, so I have to use it before I go into the mansion.
Everyone really likes you. They want you to stay with them forever. I have to agree with them.
A little close there. Okay, I can use it here. And we're going to do so, because I've just been struggling so much, it's better to just use it. There we go. Yeah, as you can see, the ampule gives you a pretty considerable speed boost when it's in effect, so it makes it a lot easier to get through that section if you're struggling. Yeah, I only really need 2 of those for the final boss fight, so it's not a huge deal if I use one there. We're going to get 1 more before the game is over, so I'll be fine, I will admit, it is pretty frustrating how many of my lower-end healing items that I've used up to get to this point. Silent Hill 3 and Silent Hill 2 have a thing where, like, if you have any health remaining, nothing in the game will kill you outright. You get, like, a last chance hit point where you will survive damage that would be fatal in terms of numbers, but because you have more than 1 hit point left, you'll stay alive, you'll tank it. So, in extreme mode, for stuff that, like, mostly just hits you on a one-and-done basis, and then you get some invincibility frames, it's best to just let the last chance hit point trigger, and then, like, heal yourself up with a health drink. And just do that constantly. It's, like, the most efficient way to use your supplies. Unfortunately, I've used up a lot of my weaker healing supplies, which, depending on how the church goes, that might put me in a bit of a rough situation when I get to the final boss, where if you're not dodging the attacks constantly, you kind of have to take advantage of the whole last chance mechanic. But we'll see what happens. There's one more first aid kit to grab in the game, and one more ampule. As long as I don't know, have like, maybe like, let's say like 5 or so healing items, I should be fine. Hook the chain here. Hook the chain, pull the crank, get through the amusement park. Grab these handgun bullets just because they make me feel better about myself. Heather's entire self-worth is just determined by the amount of weaponry she carries. She needs to be over-encumbered with hundreds of pounds of ammunition. She isn't on James levels, though. James, if you have bullet adjust on, you will finish the game with thousands of bullets and like 150-pound knife in his back pocket. One of the great mysteries of the game is where James stores that great knife. I can think of a few places. We're close on the end game, though. We're almost there. We're making this happen. That GangsterGirl code should be mine. Nah, it's okay. I mean, honestly, you know, with the controversies across the country, it's kind of a reputation that we've kind of earned. But, you know, I feel like everybody's got, you know, their national embarrassments. You know, like, Canada had the thing where, like, they got into serious trouble for dumping garbage in the Philippines. Mexico, they have their problem with the cartales, which mi hermano, he is always just like so sad about the corruption in the Mexican government, and the stranglehold the cartales have on the country is pretty bad. Yep. It's good to be worldly, though, and just know everything. It does help you to know, like, you're not the only one that has problems, and like, things can pop up everywhere, and everybody has their stereotypes and their quirks and whatever, and, you know, we're all in the same boat at the end of the day, though. You gotta extend that olive branch, you know, develop friendships, seek out new people. I used to actually have a ton of British friends. I haven't talked to them in a very long time, though. Let's get the katana out. I was like having an internal panic attack for a moment, because I honestly could not remember if I grabbed the katana or not. Sometimes I'm just going so fast that, like, wait, did I actually do that? Yeah, I mean, there's so much of the world to experience, and so much you can learn just by not limiting yourself to, like, what you already know. Like even, like, in the United States, America is a massive country, so not a lot of people appreciate this, but, like, just going from coast to coast, like, it can be such a wildly different experience. Like just like an example that I learned recently, like, there are, in the United States, like, for your car, like, at gas stations, you're expected to pump your gas, but there are 2 states in this country where, by law, you are not allowed to pump your own gas, and there are attendants that will do it for you, and that's Oregon and New Jersey. The gas stations all have attendants as an actual job, and they'll pump your gas for you. I've been out of the country a couple times. I've been to a country called Aruba, which is a Holland colony that's major in tourism, and I've been to Canada plenty of times in my life. Oh, that's interesting. That's actually cool to know. I wasn't sure, like, how many places in the world had that. And we killed all the horsies, so now we wait. But yeah, in most states in the United States, you pump your own gas. Oregon and New Jersey, though, by law, they have attendants, which honestly I think is a pretty decent idea, if I'm gonna be truth be told, because it creates a ton of job opportunities, and everybody uses cars and stuff. So it's interesting if you're used to like not having that. Ooh, now that can be, I can see that being tragic in some situations. Oh, that was horrible. What the heck? What is this fight? Yo! What is with this playthrough? Like, there's so many things where, like, all this weird junk that I never have to worry about is happening. Okay, let's see here. Well, chalk this up for another "this is the worst I've ever had this." Okay. Fortunately, the fight gets a lot more consistent from here. No, remember, I don't play the blame game. I always try to look for things that I can do better. I think it's good to look for things that you can always do better, because sometimes, like, you can't really rely on people to change, and some things are just out of your hands. So, always look for what you can do in those situations. Come on, Memory of Alessa, keep the loop going. That's actually interesting. I've never had her retreat when she's using the pipe. Ooh, that was close. I appreciate it. I could always use the support. Feels so much better when you know you got someone on your side. No! Let's go! Let's go. Okay. Okay. Do a quick... Yeah, that is unfortunate. Did not get the right angle to interrupt that shot. There we go. Hey now, it's Memory of Alessa. Get it right. Or just Alessa. Memory of Alessa is a bit of a clunky name. I'm not gonna bother reading her message. She can text it to me later if she really wants me to see it. Actually, it doesn't matter if I... Supreme victory! If I had a soundboard, I would totally have, like, the voice clips from Killer Instinct on it. Ultra combo. Combo breaker. Alright. Now, here comes my other least favorite section of the game, the church. This, throughout all of my videos for this game, this area has been absolutely horrible to me. So let's see if this is one of the better runs I have of it. Should I save here? I actually know almost nothing about Dead by Daylight. I did know that it does have Cheryl Mason in it, but I've never checked it out, and I actually know basically nothing about the game. I know it's like I think it's like what, like sort of like a survival type game with a raider. Like the only reason I know like the rough gameplay format is because I did play the beta for Dragon Ball Breakers, which I think was like a Dead by Daylight inspired game, of course with a wildly different tone, or at the very least like a wildly different premise. Okay, not premise. Like, I'm trying to find the right word for it, but basically, like, because it revolves around Dragon Ball characters, it's, yeah. Basically, Dragon Ball Breakers is like you're 6 people and you're running from a villain from the series. And now we wait for the crying child. all makes sense now. Alright, I should get the submachine gun out. I got a couple scrapers to kill. Alright, so doing absolutely horrible on health drinks, but I do have a few first aid kits left, so that should help us out when I need it. See, as long as I can get to the final boss with all the ampules I have and like 3 first aid kits, I should be fine. Where are you, Scraper? Come on out. There you are. That's a pretty good selection, honestly. That sounds cool. I remember, I think it's like the last thing I heard about Dead by Daylight. Didn't they just recently add Nicolas Cage to the game? Yeah, but there's I can appreciate a game that it's just like a good mindless time waster every now and again. All right, take the elevator. Me and my friends need to watch a Nicolas Cage movie. We have not done so. Kissed by a Vampire would be a good one. Wicker Man, or National Treasure, of course. I'm gonna kidnap a president of the United States. Excellent way to pass the time is just do your best Nicolas Cage impression, see if you can nail his mannerisms. Feels like my head's on fire. I have seen Ghost Rider exactly once. Favorite movie? That's a tough one. I do watch quite a bit of movies. Let me see. I'm kind of honestly like one of the kind of guy who doesn't like play absolute favorites, so I always have like a hard time picking number one. I'm trying to think of movies that I've watched a lot. I watched a lot of the movie Stand By Me, the one based on the Stephen King story. I've watched the first Iron Man movie a lot. I've seen that movie a ton of times. I've seen a lot of Pixar movies, like Toy Story a lot. Disney Renaissance movies in general. I used to watch a lot of The Lion King. Let me see. As far as like recent movies I watched, actually I did just very recently watch the movie that inspired the Silent Hill series, Jacob's Ladder. I like that movie a lot. That was really good. Of course, I also like the classic Star Wars movies. I've seen Star Wars so many times. Actually, if I was gonna just make a list of favorite movies, Empire Strikes Back would definitely be on there. I love that movie. Let me see. What are some other things I've watched recently that I just absolutely loved a ton? Me and my friends have recently been watching a lot of So Bad It's Good movies, so we've watched The Room. Always had a good time watching that. Let me see. What was another one we watched recently that we referenced a ton? Oh, man, I'm drawing a blank, because I know there's another one that we watched a lot that we love making references to. Yeah, I'm sure it'll come to me later. I'm just thinking about the most recent movie we watched, which was Spawn, which that movie was bad. It was entertainingly bad at a lot of moments, but it was still bad. But I like to pretend like I thought it was like a cinematic masterpiece. I'm not sure what the first movie I've ever watched in the theater was. I know a movie that I do at... Oh, dear. No! I saw that coming. And I forgot to save at Alessa's bedroom. Of course I did. That was where I was going to save, because I do always have problems in the church. That was terrible. The first movie I can vaguely remember seeing in theaters No, actually I haven't heard of Cube. See, the first movie I can vaguely remember seeing in theaters is Pokemon, the first movie, and that's because my dad absolutely hated going to Pokemon movies with me. I can't believe I let myself get knocked over like that. Whoopsies. That room always, or every now and again, that room gives me trouble because there's so many closers in it. Just an absolute party room. I like to call any room that's, like, full of enemies and is really chaotic a party room. Okay, the insane cancer was in a much more favorable position this time, at least. Would probably be less annoyed by this if, I liked the Pokemon movies a lot as a kid, the first three. I had Pokemon the movie 2000 and Pokemon movie 3 on VHS, and I watched those all the time as a kid. I think the third movie was my absolute favorite. Been a very long time since I watched any Pokemon movies, though. Last time I can remember watching any of them was I joined a stream that someone I used to be friends with was hosting, where they were showing off the different Pokemon movies. Let's see, I think I watched Destiny Deoxys and Mewtwo Returns, which was terrible. And I want to say there was like a Dialga versus Palkia movie that I watched. Going down memory lanes when it comes to movies. Okay, through this door again. So, we got 8 game overs at this point, and one of them was here. For a very, very silly reason. Or no, it was 9, because I died against Leonard. Let's see, my first Pokemon games were Gold, Silver, Crystal, and I would probably say those are still my favorites. Although I probably prefer Heart Gold, Soul Silver to like the actual Game Boy Color games, because those games were just so well made. After that, I really like Pokemon Black and White. Have a lot of nostalgia for Red, Blue, and Fire Red, Leaf Green, so I like those quite a bit. Actually, I enjoyed Pokemon Sword Shield a lot more than most people who are still playing Pokemon these days did. But I haven't checked out anything in the series since that. I haven't played Pokemon Arceus, and I have not played Scarlet Violet. I also really, really liked the Pokemon Mystery Dungeon games. I played Blue Rescue Team and Explorers of Time, and liked those a lot. Go into the library, didn't I? This is something that always trips me up when like I game over in a specific section of a game and I'm going through it really quickly, is I start to forget on like what life did I do what. In a practice playthrough I was doing, I did have a moment where I died in the mall, and in a previous attempt I had grabbed the bleach, but when I reloaded my file, I did not remember to grab it. And that caused me to waste a couple minutes when I got to the point where you needed it. Alright, let's grab the brass key, and this time let's actually remember to save, so I don't have to redo a huge chunk of the church if I die. Very real possibility, because if those pendulums fly onto the platform, it is basically impossible to avoid them, and they can do so much damage to you. So let's save here. This will be the second to last save I make in the game, and I'll make one more save before the god. Alright, should be to that fight within the next 10 minutes. As long as I don't die, which, again, this area is really difficult, so it's pretty easy to die here. All the enemies are super dangerous. Yeah, they definitely can throw you for a loop when you first encounter them, but as you, like, if you played the game as much as I had, at this point they're just really annoying. I think I sounded that sounded like somebody just balled up a bunch of tinfoil and threw it into a wood chipper. Thank you for showing me the way, crying child. I appreciate it. Alright, let's grab our book here. Yep. Conditioned to accept horror. That's not to say that horror games still can't get me, but definitely it has to be, like, new, and it has to be, like, a certain kind of horror. I'm not at all affected by, like, really twitchy horror that is overly reliant on jump scares, but there are still certain, like, atmospheric horror games that still can get to me every now and again. Especially if they have, like, a good sound design, or they use a lot of body horror. Sometimes that stuff can really freak me out. Yeah, I was playing this independent horror game. It was an RPG maker horror game called Lily's Well, and it has these really, really freaky illustrations that the first time I played the game, like, I actually did have trouble getting to sleep because I just kept thinking about the illustrations. That is one weakness of the horror genre, though. It's a lot like comedy. It's only at its most effective the first time you experience it. At the same time, though, there is still some fun in revisiting those kind of things, because you go back and you notice things that you didn't notice the first time around. It's always cool when, like, you go back and you just see those little details that... Oh! Man. Okay. Oh, dear. This is actually a really, really bad way this is going. Okay, let's use the first aid kit and just get through here. Okay, I did actually grab the brass key. I was, like, thinking for a moment, did I not remember to grab the brass key? But I did. Another party room there. 4 enemies, all really annoying. Alright, use the brass key. I do sometimes wonder if that kind of thing bothers people or not. But, you know, I do kind of like live commentated stuff where you can kind of hear the stuff in the background, because it gives you, like, that sort of experience of, like, you're like, with a friend, and you're, like, experiencing the game alongside them, like, they're showing it to you. I used to have that, like, with my brothers a lot. Like, my brother would get games for his Xbox, and we'd just, like, spend the night going through them. There's a lot of Xbox games, like Jet Set Radio Future, Freedom Fighters, what was another one that I remember? Mech Assault. Yeah. Man, there are so many games for the OG Xbox that I'd love to play again. Actually, a game store near me is opening up, and they were, like, doing a preview phase where they were showing off the stuff that they had. And one of the things they're gonna have is they're selling an original Xbox for only $50 US, and I'm like, man, I should get that, because that is a ridiculously good deal. Fortunately, because one nice thing about getting games for the Xbox is because it's a console that is, of course, produced, for me, it's produced domestically in the United States, ditto for all the games. So not only is there a lot of excess stock available, they're usually sold for pretty reasonable prices. So it's pretty, like, as far as, like, if you can secure a console, it's not too bad to, like, collect games for the Xbox in the United States. Alright, I swear, if the pendulums fly into the platform and then knock me into the abyss, I'm gonna be salty. Okay, finally, like, the last 3 playthroughs I've done, the pendulums have flown onto this platform, and it is an absolute nightmare if they do that. I hate it when that happens. PS2s, for a while, PS2s actually were pretty reasonably priced. I think you could get them for like $60 to $70, depending on the model you were getting. They're a little bit more expensive these days, and especially PlayStation 2 games. PlayStation 2 games have been getting really, really expensive. Like, especially stuff like RPGs and like platformers. I got a copy of Klonoa 2. That cost like $99. It was ridiculous. And it's really annoying when you buy used games and, you know, they like layer the price tag, the price stickers on top of them. So you peel away like the price sticker for the copy that you just bought, and you saw that like one point it was being sold for like only $20. It's like, man, can't you guys like steam that off so I can't realize how much I'm getting ripped off? Yeah, alright, let's get our handgun on. I'll wait for a little bit to shoot up. Yep. Alright, final boss time. Okay. I almost lost track of what I was doing there and got myself killed. We gotta use the Glophodus pill. There we go. Alright, let's shoot up. This honestly kind of makes my skin crawl. Just recently, me and my friends were watching The Dirt documentary about Motley Crue, and that movie has a lot of graphic scenes of Nikki Sixx using heroin. Alright, time for the boss. Let's see if I can get the 3-stab method to work. If I get knocked on my butt, I'm probably going to go for the 2-stab method instead. 1, 2, 3. Final boss height! Okay, get our katana out. And now for the really slow fight. Okay. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 1. Yeah, I should wait for the fire to start going faster before I go through the full clip strategy. Yep. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. This way of doing the fight might look weird, but this is legitimately the fastest way to handle this fight. Now, I mentioned way earlier at the start of this stream that, if you are playing the PC version, there's actually a safe zone next to the boss's head, like to the right of it, where when it does that melee swipe, it just passes right through you. So you can just stand right next to the boss and then strafe into that safe zone and strafe back out and just stab it to death in like a minute and a half. It's way faster in the PC version. Alright, there comes the faster fires. And let's get the handgun back out. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Like to count out my shots there. Okay, that's a good fire pattern right there. Get this back out. Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. That was a bit awkward. Sadly, my ability to space shots, or stabs rather, isn't always perfect. Okay, we're getting close to the fight being over. Now the really fast fire is coming out. Surprised I didn't overshoot there and reload. Oh, whoops, whoops. That was a mistake. Okay, let's get healed up a little bit there. And unfortunately, just gonna have to wait for, oh, jeez. Well, suddenly this just started going terrible. It do be like that sometimes. Okay, 1, 2, 3. Oh, God. Okay, well, there's the chance to top off my, stamina anyway. 1, 3... Sometimes you lose that rhythm and suddenly it just starts going badly. Oop. Got a little too eager there. Should have gone for 2 stabs instead of 3, but I wanted to... I had never been in a situation where, or rather, I hadn't really tested that out in that situation where I dodged the swipe, so I wanted to see if I could get 3 in. Okay. Alright. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Nope, I had a feeling that I stepped too far forward there. Okay. Running low on healing items, but I should have enough for the rest of the fight. Once the fire starts moving really fast, you're like past the halfway mark for the fight. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Six, 7, 8, 9, 10. Once again, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Oh, whoa, whoa, whoa. That was a little close. 2, 3. There we go. Boss down. We are winners. Time! I actually completely missed SGDQ this year because I had no idea that it was going on. Oh, I actually never realized that there was writing on that shirt right there. Wonder what that says. The man, the myth, the legend. It's time to roll the credits. I really wish they kept the baby cry in, like, the official release of the game. Mi padre. This actually was really sad the first time I played the game. Alright, so let me see, this... This stream has gone for 2 hours and 25 minutes, which is a lot faster than I was expecting. I was thinking I was going to be at this for like 3 hours. Probably would have come in at a lot better time if I didn't die on the hallway section. But, oh well, I'm used to screwing that up a ton. And this time I had the added pressure of an audience. Haha, finger guns. I think this is the first and only time in this series you see the amusement park completely normal. Yeah, they just really hope they don't.
Not yet. You're still alive.
Ugh, poor taste, Heather. Heather, I got a broken leg and you just gave me a heart attack. I think I died twice over from this experience. Please do not joke about it.
Want me to use your real name? What was it again?
Cheryl. The name my father gave me.
You gonna let your hair color go back too?
I don't know. Don't you think blondes have more fun?
Heather enjoying her blonde hair. Heather after killing God. And then you get the bad ending where she actually does kill him, and you're like, aw. But you can't get that ending on your first playthrough, so it's no big deal. The song is so goofy. so outrageously cold. Alright, we'll skip the credits. I just wanted to end on the ending for fun. So there we go. Extreme X, Hard Riddle. Came in way ahead of time. You need to beat the game in under 3 hours to get a max score here, so. Wow, I am absolutely shocked I actually made time for the split worm. I thought that fight was going pretty badly, honestly. So yeah, I actually beat all the times for the bosses. Astonishing. Of course, I had to use some save as it continues, so that was no good. Got all the items. This is actually really easy to meet. And, of course, nowhere near enough kills. Look at that damage. Chef's kiss, that's beautiful. Gotta love how I died 16 times over throughout the course of this run. But that's not what we're here for. What we're here for is the extra costume password, GangsterGirl. You know, Heather, she's a hardcore gangsta. So let's enjoy the benefits of what we got here. Obviously, gotta save my results here. You know, thus for the achievement. Mom, get the camera! Mom, I'm a gangsta! Oh, not options, extra costume, come on. Now, I would just like to note, you actually do not need to beat the game on Extreme X for this password to work. If you just want to use the mystical portal known as GameFAQs, you can just to look up the code there. But, you know, I wanted to be legit. I didn't use the Golden Rooster shirt code until I beat the game 10 stars. I'm not going to use this code until I beat it on Extreme X. Funnily enough, after getting the code for the Rooster shirt, I actually did have to go back and double check what the code was online, because it was spelled in a way that was very weird. But now we have the God of Thunder shirt, so let's just start an extra new game. And actually, let me see. Up, up, down, down, left, right, and then we'll just do this. Yes, got that right. So let's take a look at our new outfits here. For the record, if you've never seen this opening cutscene's about to be cut. Yes. Okay, you do not know what's about to happen. You're probably not going to be prepared for this then. First off, GangsterGirl gives you the God of Thunder outfit, which looks very different from every other outfit that Heather has. Yep, that's what happens when you get the Konami code in.
What a nightmare.
You look like you've seen better days, Heather. I can tell I've been talking for too long when my words start to slur together. Probably need to take a drink. Yeah, this one has the most pronounced visual changes after the transform costume. Oh dear, here we go. Uh-oh. Heather, you better start running.
Dad, it's me.
She's so happy right now, but it's about to turn in just a couple seconds.
Yeah, I guess I was. Anyway, I'm coming home now. Oh, I didn't get that thing you asked me to. Okay. Okay, I will. I love you too, Dad.
Aw, isn't that sweet? Douglas, something seems to be missing here. Oh god! No!
My name is Douglas Carter.
Heather, run! Run!
Detective?
She is trying really hard not to look down right now.
Well, nice talking to you.
Heather, you ever heard of this game called Philly Flasher?
Hold on.
I've been waiting for this.
Just let me have an hour. No, half an hour.
Come on, Heather. Why would you not give this guy a moment of your time?
He always told me not to talk to strangers.
This is very important. It's about your birth.
I'm not interested.
Mister, I can see that you have your pistol at the ready, and I do not feel comfortable interacting with you, so I'm gonna get out of here.
Are you still following me? Do I have to scream?
Sorry. I'll wait.
Motions towards his crotch. Douglas, please, no. Have some decency. Goodness. I've actually never put in that code before, so this was my first time actually seeing it in action, too. And since we're here, let's just go out, and I'll show you the Heather beam. So you just, there you go, Heather beam! And then, if you just equip the transform costume, Shut up. And now we have the sexy bean. There we go. Unfortunately, it completely shuts off if you run out of stamina, and since this is extreme mode, it will not last very long at all. But that's the stream, honestly. I don't really have much else. I was just doing this for my video series. Yes, it's wonderful. I love this game so much. The first time I played it, I just absolutely fell in love with it. This is by far my favorite Silent Hill game. Probably my favorite horror game of all time, and I'm just so glad I've been able to show it off for people. And I really do hope people have enjoyed the videos I watched. Hope you enjoyed the stream. Gonna be adding the VOD for this to my playlist for the videos I've made. If you haven't seen the videos I've made for this game, I've done the whole game, and I'm gonna be recording a video going over all the New Game plus the endings that I didn't get to in the stream and in the Let's Play itself. So yeah, just this is where the stream is gonna end. I thank you so much for joining. I hope you had a good time. I hope you got to learn some new things about the game. Always aiming when I play my games to show people like stuff they might not have seen about the game before, even if they've played it before. Just always go for that slightly comprehensive approach. But yeah, this is where the stream's gonna end. Thank you so much for watching. Hope you enjoyed, and I'll see you on the flip side.